Thomas Reeves, the fullback. And, boy, he looked like a fullback, Tommy. He just bowed that head like a bull and shot right up the middle.
You know, this sophomore is getting a lot of valuable experience this year. And next year, when he's a junior and Stafford and Griffin are gone,
he's going to have to carry the load.
That's right. He's going to have a lot of responsibility on him, and it's good that he's getting a shot now.
Slot to the right side this time, and Zachary's in that slot, and they give it to Stafford, and Stafford hit once, twice, still on his feet, and he's going to be stopped at the 25-yard line. Gain of about a half yard as Stafford keeps fighting for more yardage. He may have made the 24, but he kept giving the second and third effort and finally was stopped at the 25. Put the nose of the football inside the Hendersonville 25-yard line, and Lebanon will be looking at a second down 10. Blue Devils coming out of the huddle. Zachary coming to the near side, and C going to the far side. Blue Devils moving to your left to right as you listen in tonight. And Pitt will make the call. Second down and 9 for the Blue. Pitt rolls out, looks, fires. He's got a man. He's got Reeves, and Reeves is knocked out at the 21-yard line. Pitt passed out in the flat to the fullback Reeves, who had flared out there and had an opening, but Hendersonville recovered real quick. But the pass is complete from Pitt to Reeves, good for about 4 yards, and it's third down now and 6, but the good thing is we're in 4-down territory.
James Beasley for Hendersonville got a good rush from his defensive end spot, and that's a tough throw for Damon if he's not able to get his shoulder square. He kind of threw across his body out in the flat to Reeves.
Lebanon now double wide outs to the short side of the field, and the pitch back comes to Stafford to the near side, needs a block, cuts it inside, shakes one man, crosses the 20, down over the 18 to maybe the 17-yard line. Stafford on the carry to the 17 and a half. It's going to bring up a fourth down and a long 2 for the Blue Devils. This drive began at our 20. And Lebanon has now moved to, well, call it the 18-yard line. Actually, the football is just the length of the football inside the 18. 2:24, and the clock's still working in the first quarter. Nothing, Lebanon and Hendersonville. Now we got a timeout.
Cheerleader, and we're here with J.R. Hobbs & Sons Realty to award them a Blue Devil souvenir for their support of the Lebanon High School football team.
On behalf of J.R. Hobbs & Sons Realty and Auction Company, I'd like to wish the Lebanon Blue Devils a clinic bowl season.
Go Big Blue!
Reminder that Kim Stoker's Lebanon High volleyball team is seeded second in the district volleyball tournament, which is a one-day affair at Hendersonville High School on Tuesday of next week. Lebanon will take on number 3 seed Mount Juliet at 5:30. Should Lebanon win that game, they get an automatic berth into the region tournament. The top 2 teams go to the regional on Thursday of next week at Gallatin. Lebanon 23-9 so far on the season.
Lebanon now putting 2 double wideouts out on the left side of the wide side of the field. They bring Carson, the big tight end, is in tight on the near side. And Pitt will make the call. And they're going to give it to Stafford. Stafford gets a block. He's loose at the 15 and dives inside to the 13-yard line and has the first down. Lebanon will move the chains. Stafford running hard was hit at the 15. It would have been close had he gone down, but he turned around and kept those legs pumping as he fell backwards for a couple more yards and picked up the first down.
Good second effort by the senior. Terry, what about Chris Stafford running the football?
Tommy, in this drive, 7 carries tonight for Stafford for 32 yards. Griffin's carried it 3 for 19.
Lebanon now with a 1st and 10 from the 13-yard line. Pitt will set him down. Going to give it to Griffin's got it. He's at the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Lebanon. Griffin, boy, they had some razzle-dazzle in the backfield and completely crossed us up, as well as Hendersonville. Hendersonville was really hitting on Reeves and Stafford in the line, and around the end goes Griffin, and he's in for the score for the Blue Devils. And Lebanon jumps on top 6-0 with a 1:46 remaining in the first period.
John, you've got the play-by-play call of our PAT attempt.
Thank you, Tommy. Jeff Gannon into the long snapping. Tressler to hold. We got Kyle Zachary to attempt the point after. The snap. It's down. The kick is up, and it splits the upright. It is good. Lebanon takes a 7-0 lead with 1 minute, 46 seconds to go in the first.
Hello, I'm Joy Ensfelder, a junior football cheerleader here at LHS. We're here with Mr. Alan Bain of Piggly Wiggly, and we would like to thank them for their support and present to them a football souvenir.
Good luck, Lebanon Blue Devils.
Go Big Blue!
80 yards in their first possession of the ball game, 80 yards in 13 plays. Joel Griffin, 13-yard touchdown run, scoring his 7th touchdown of the season. Kyle Zachary adds the extra point. 1:46 left in the first quarter. Lebanon leading Hendersonville 7-0.
Guys, that's the longest drive we have had in a while.
It's been a long time, Clyde, since we've gone 80 yards. We chewed up over 7 minutes of the first quarter doing it.
1:46 remaining in the first period, and here's Zachary's kick. High and short, going to come down to Vogler, and Vogler's at the 14. He hits the 15, gets a good block. He's at the 20. Vogler still on his feet, out over the 25, 30, 35, 40, knocked out of bounds at about the 40. Let's see where they're going to spot it, around the 42, I think. So again, they get the great kickoff return around the right side of the Lebanon defense there, and Hendersonville setting up a pretty good wall over there.
They're running that wall to their sideline. They're able to get that picket fence kind of strung out, and Vogler runs a long way, but he's able to get behind that wall of blockers for the good yardage.
Hendersonville got it in good position at their own 42-yard line. 1st and 10 now. Lebanon leading 7-0 with 1:35 remaining in the first period. Man in motion to the far side, and he gets the football. Trying to turn it, gets a couple of yards, and then is banged down at about the 44 by the Blue Devil defense over there. And carrying the mail for Hendersonville that time was number 5, and that is Jeff Cundiff on the carry.
They like to run those wing backs, the slot backs. The fullback will get the football on occasion, but unlike some of the wing T football teams we've seen, they don't have the big 220, 30, 40-pound bruising fullback. They're going to set up that wingman.
And they give it to the fullback up the middle, Risha, and he gets nothing. Lebanon really laying for him and making the stop for the Blue Devils. We got to give him some credit, is Jason Henson. Number 45 was in there in a hurry and put the hurt on Risha.
Henson playing at linebacker along with Tim Kelly. We're running a lot of linebackers in there. Mark Lucas unable to play tonight. He was cleared by the medical staff to go ahead and play tonight, but the coaching staff thought it better to allow him some more rest. He's had that little neck problem. Lucas normally would be the starter. Griffin had scored the touchdown, so he's getting a little bit of a break. So it's Kelly and Henson in there at linebacker. 3rd down 7. And a little razzle-dazzle and a little mix-up in the backfield, and a loose football. Lebanon has it at the 41-yard line. Gannon coming out of there with it. Mr. Consistency for the Blue Devils. Jeff Gannon comes off the field with the football. Hendersonville got confused on what they were running. They had both wingmen coming back in motion once the ball was snapped toward the quarterback. The play fake never really took place. The running back, Cundiff, had it for about a count, dropped it. Gannon right on the spot to come up with a football for the Blue Devils. Hankins in on the play. Lebanon defense did well that time. We tackled about 3 different running backs. They give it to Stafford. He's got a little room. Stafford at the 40 and had to beat one man to get more. Pulls it down to about the 37-yard line. Had he got by Ryan Harris, he may have set sail, but Harris made a diving tackle and stopped Stafford as he crossed the 40, and we'll move it down to the 37. Yeah, that was a good play. We scored our touchdown on. Well, we've got the end of the first period.
Here, football cheerleader at Lebanon High School. We are here with Rochelle, McCullough, and Oz to thank them for their support and present to them this Blue Devils football souvenir.
The law firm of Rochelle, McCullough, and Oz is proud again to be a sponsor of the Lebanon High School football team and cheerleading squad.
Go Devils!
Of Lebanon High School, the Blue Devils lead Hendersonville 7-0. I was talking about the touchdown play where Griffin ran 13 yards. Lebanon lined Griffin up in the slot. We had Reeves at fullback, Stafford at tailback. We faked the ice play up in the middle, the lead play, the play we run so many times trying to attack the middle. And when Hendersonville bid on that, we bring Griffin around on the reverse, and it was a great looking play. And when Lebanon moves Griffin out from behind at the tailback spot, that's usually for a reason. Lebanon 2nd and 7. Zachary to the near side, Hankins to the wide side, and a mix-up in the Lebanon backfield, and the fullback, or the tailback Stafford runs into Damon Pitt, the quarterback, and Pitt throws up his hand at Stafford and says, "My fault." Evidently somebody turned the wrong way, and they just have a collision and lose 2. Well, a little misdirection that confused us a little bit. Lebanon now looking at the 3rd down and long passing situation here for Lebanon High School. Well, there was some good faking on Griffin's touchdown run a moment ago. They really lost me on that play. Hankins to the near side, and Zachary to the far side, the short side. Lebanon moving now right to left as you listen. Pitt back to throw and looks. Whistle's going to blow the play dead.
And I got a feeling that something was amiss up front that time, so let's see what the call is going to be. Illegal procedure, Lebanon. That's going to cost the Blue 5. So instead of 3rd and 9, we're going to be looking at a 3rd and 14 right now.
Lebanon had the drag pass to Carson called. We had Hankins split very wide, play fake on the sweep, and going to raise up and try to hit Carson underneath, let him catch it and try to run for some yardage. But Lebanon now changing. Hankins coming out of the game. Ron C. and Tressler, twin receivers to one side.
To the near side, wide side of the field. Pitt will make the call. 3rd down 15 for the Blue Devils. Pitt back, got a little time. Fires across the middle. And Ron C. had it and dropped it, but that looked like pass interference to me. I thought C. was hit before the ball got there, but he still almost caught it.
Hey, it looked like he dribbled it down there after it hit. John, did you have a better view of that from the field?
It was a fight to the bitter end, Tommy. They all had a hand on the ball, and eventually the ball fell to the ground. But Ron had it, then the Hendersonville defender had it, and then back and forth, and finally it was just knocked to the ground. I was kind of surprised he chose C as his receiver, being about 4 or 5 yards short of the first and in heavy traffic.
All right, Tressler back to punt. He'll stand at his own 40. 4th down 14. Here's the snap, and Hendersonville coming, but Tressler will get it away. And it's going to be fielded at the 11. Loose football. Lebanon may have it. Let's see. Blue Devils got the football down at... No. They say Hendersonville retains. Ron C. down there, and Lehue, I believe it is. And I thought they had it for a moment, and they thought they had it, but the official says no dice. Hendersonville will retain possession at their own 11-yard line. 12-yard line, I'm sorry.
The return man dropped the ball. Fever just dropped it. Lehue makes a dive trying to get on it. Hendersonville's David Fowler came up with the football. Terry, what about the kick?
Kick good for 34 yards, Tommy. Hendersonville takes over on their own 12.
Man in motion, and Miller handing it off to Risha. I think it is the fullback, and he's going to cross the 15 to about the 16. A gain of about 3 on the carry. Or was it Risha? Cundiff, I believe. Okay.
I think he had it right the first time, Clyde. It looked like Risha. They lined him up at the fullback spot. Let him kind of slide through there. Lebanon defensively up front going with Alds, Whitefield, and Clemens. That's your down 3 linemen. Carson and Gannon at the defensive ends. Checking those linebackers, we're back with the starting duo at linebacker, Griffin and Tim Kelly.
Risha going out now with a knee, and Miller is back to throw. Looks, fires over the middle. Got a man up at the 28, over the 30, out to the 34-yard line. Miller's pass to the big tight end, Sudicum, is complete, and they put it at the 33-yard line, and it's a 1st and 10 for Hendersonville. And Miller and Sudicum look good that time. Miller on the throw, Sudicum on the catch, and then gaining about 5 after he pulled it down.
Hendersonville doesn't attempt a lot of passes. Coming into the game, they'd only attempted 81 passes. They completed just 25 of those, 31%. Sudicum has caught now 9 passes of that total.
Miller going to hand it to his tailback, and he's going to blast over the 35, 36, 37-yard line. A gain of maybe 4 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down 6, and Hendersonville beginning to get a little blocking up front and moving the football now on our front.
Well, Hendersonville believes in the run. The wing tee, the ball control aspect of that offense. They don't have very many big linemen. They've got guys who are quick, and they like those angle blocks. And if they get that thing going, it can certainly be a problem for us. 2nd
down 6, and they give it to Risha, who's back in now, and he dives for about a yard, maybe 2, out near the 40. Won't quite make the 40-yard line. Gain of about a yard. It'll be 3rd down. Well, they're going to give him almost 2. It'll be 3rd down and 4. Now, big defensive play here for the Blue Devil defense if they want to get the ball back in good field position.
This would be a time to come up and make a big play. They've got to be wary of that of the bootleg pass. They fake the ball. They run the ball so well on the sweep plays. They can fake that, come out on the bootleg, and try to hit the fullback in the flat.
Here come the Commandos. Man in motion coming to the near side is Cundiff and